Okay, if you have taken your time to see the yesterday's video, which is always advisable before you start for the today's one, always view the day before so that you would understand the connection with what we have today and build you momentum for what you're watching to understand what the forecast will be like. Okay, for the time being, this was the resistance we were looking at, and I was like, okay, if we touch this resistance, we should come down. I did something like retracement 2. If it crosses above, it comes down. Retracement 1. But within this zone, price could retrace even as deep as this. Okay, retracement 3. So it's either we go cross this line, this resistance, come back for retracement, or we tap it, come back for retracement, or tap it and come back for deeper retracement. So this is shallow retracement, this is deeper retracement. Retracement 2 and retracement 3 did not convincingly cross above here, but retracement 1 is the forecast that it should cross above before coming down. Okay, so as you can see, price is printing at the moment. Price crossed above our resistance and is doing what? It is retracing. So what we are looking at the moment is very simple. Okay, if we go to the 1 hour, for the 4 hour, let's start with the 4 hours. Like this morning, there was a sweet sell that was taken, and our TP was hit, which was here. Okay, I took, though it was an aggressive entry, it was here, a stop loss here above, then TP, you know my knack for 1 hour. 1 hour was hit, but this was my final TP. Okay, this is a very strong area to look out for. So between this zone, this top and this bottom, I was expecting price to react from here, which it did. It tapped it, almost tapped this bottom zone, then it retraced. Okay, so for the time being, what I'm looking out for is more sales. So using the 4-hour time frame is very simple. I want to keep this quick and sweet. This is what I'm looking at. Okay, break of this bottom of this bullish candle with a stop loss above. It's supposed to be above here, a stop loss here. Okay, this is it. So once you hit 1 hour, normally you close only 80% at 1 hour, then you leave the rest to run. Okay, so once you reach 1 hour, you close 80%. Once you reach a strong milestone, and where is our next milestone, you will see that in the subsequent videos. Okay, so at the time being, this is where our 1 hour is. So for GJ, if this goes down, breaks this low, it will trigger my sell stop with my stop loss above. But if it fails to go low and retrace high like this, so far as price does not breach this our area of concern, okay, this is an institutional level area of concern. So far it doesn't breach there and it comes down, then we should be anticipating it to do what? Come for sell. Now I will be taking what I call the sell within the range. Normally you see me take breakout trades, but there's another trade you can take within For instance, this is what I mean. Normally, you know that I would prefer to take sell here, stop loss here like this. But depending on how the price prints, I could take something like this. My sell could be anywhere inside of this zone. Okay, so instead of this now to be my final TP, this will be my TP1. As price continues to drop, this and this will now form the next 1 hour. So this is me taking what I call a combined sell entry. Okay, it's like a joint trade where breaking of this will activate the next trade, like the one where, yes, this is a clear example. Like the one I did here, I took this buy inside of this zone. Once it broke the high, it activated my second position and it played out beautifully. Like I always say, I'll close 80% here. Okay, when I close 80% here, I'll move my stop loss to the next base, or the next, I'll move my stop loss above. I'm looking for a very simple term I can use. Look at this market structure. So I will use, this is what it gave me. Boom. So I'll keep my stop loss below this guy who started this bullish momentum. It won't be here again, it will be here. As you see, price came down, then did what? Continue printing up. So all I was just doing was looking for another place to add position. I added another one here, closed 80% here. Once price reached this my final target, the position I opened here with the one that was here, with the one that was here, all of them, imagine what will be amassed. Don't worry, just keep following the forecast, and with time you're going to get a knack of how things are done by the big boys. Okay, the way they look at the market. So this is for GJ, this is what I'm looking at. For gold, gold is quite easy, but gold can gold can do some funny games. Like yesterday, let me just give a brief stuff. Yesterday, this was where my sell entry was on gold. My TP was above. But you see this zone, I did not, after I published the video, then I saw this zone. And I said, okay, I'm gonna send an update. I saw this zone. So what I should have done was, we learn every day, we add to what we think we know. What I should have done was, as this retraced, drop down to give me a retest of this low. If price starts having difficulty breaking this and closing below, I should have done what? There was nothing, in fact, there was nothing I could have done. A safer sell would have been if price breaks and closes below this zone here. That was just it. I don't like tampering with my trade once it has been activated, because I have tampered with the trade before and it performed as I wanted, but I was no longer in the trade. I will show you hopefully before at the end of this video. So my sell would have been once price broke and closed above, because this was a serious zone that I could not have overlooked. I was anticipating volume to push price down, but volume, whether fundamentals, is still, this is something I heard from one trader like that. I think it's called Jeffrey something. He has Fire Pips. I think he's the CEO of Fire Pips. He said something and was always looking at that. He said fundamentals always confirms what technical will do. So this is a zone that required me obeying or observing it closely and giving it its maximum respect. But I was expecting volume to push price down and down to this final zone where I would get my TP and leave the runner to reach here. But this zone I shouldn't have overlooked, though I would not say I overlooked it. At that, when I was preparing the forecast, let me just say we learn every day. There is no excuse for that. But I believe I'm not gonna make that issue again. So for today, what I'm trying to say is that this is my lesson. Instead of this, I got this. For GJ, I amassed a lot of profit yesterday. For gold, this is what I'm looking at. Buys above, sells below. You could take buy here, but gold is very, very shy. If we were taking buy here, stop loss will have to be here. If we're taking buy here, stop loss will have to be here. By the time being, I want to be very careful. So my buy will be above this guy with my stop loss. Where will my stop loss be? Below this guy. That is for gold. Okay, so if I want to take sales, my sales will be here with my stop loss here. Okay, just as simple as ABC. So buy will be here with stop loss, excuse me, the stop loss is gonna be this low. So to give me 1 hour, will be somewhere here, which is a very, very big, oh, it's a very, very big target. Okay, it's a very big target. And let's see how price plays. I'm not saying for this buy now, I'm not asking you to put this buy stop. Okay, for this buy, I am more confident with the sell than with the buy. So that's why I'm taking off the buy here. The buy would come once I see what price is printing, what the market is printing. By the time being, let's not just rush into putting the buy stop. Though what I can notice here is that sellers are getting weak with buyers getting stronger. That's because of this particular zone here. This is in a demand zone. Okay, this is a demand zone. So price is reacting from here. Two things can happen. Price can break this high and retest this, or if it breaks this low, then we are anticipating what? Price to continue dropping. So I'm more prone to taking sells than taking buys. My buys can always only come if price breaks this high. Okay, where will my stop loss be then? Price breaks this high. I'm not changing anything. I'm just, you cannot be fixed in the market. You have to be fluid. Okay, you got to be fluid in the market. But trust me, you're going to always get the best here. Yeah, we may not get a lot of followings, but you always get the best here. So this is it. My buys will come here on the break of this high. This is my stop loss. This is my take profit. We'll see what is going to happen by tomorrow. And as you know, I don't close any of this. I like leaving them open until the weekend so that I can do my own post analysis. For this one, I know what I did wrong here, which made me to have a lesson yesterday. This is where I'm looking for buys. This is where I'm looking for sells. So these are positions that I would create pending orders. Remember I said I'm going to show you something where I modified my trade and I wasn't happy with the outcome. Then let's look at Bitcoin. For Bitcoin, there's not much thing to do. Just like what I showed you yesterday, all you have to do is just watch yesterday's video on the forecast on Bitcoin. That's just it. But in a nutshell, I'm looking for buys above here, take profit, stop loss, or sells below here, stop loss, take profit. This is simple. Okay, if you want a deeper breakdown of this, all you have to do is just watch yesterday's video. Since you're not part of the live training, that's all I can do for you right now. Just watch yesterday's video. Unless you join the live training, then you can get better understanding of this concept. If you read this, price is holding excuse me, price is holding at an area of concern. A break above will see more rally, which is here, and sweet sales will be below here, confirmed, because we are in what? Seller's domain. Okay, some will call it seller's territory. Okay, or some will also call it bearish market structure. So it depends on how you see the market, but we are saying the same thing. So that is all for now. This, yeah, that I remember. I said I was going to show you something which happened. After it happened, I was like, nah, this is a confirmation why I should never be touching my trade when they've started playing. I should just let it be. Yeah. If you watch this video and you remember the day we took this trade, then good for you. Just like Magnus, who always remember what he played, the first chess game he played, and all those things. As traders, you need to know those places where you learned lessons, not just the wins you had. You also know the ones you lost, so that you don't repeat those lessons. Okay, now look, this is it. I took my sell here, my stop loss was here. After it activated me in this candle, it printed loud like beautiful. Now let's take a slam dunk. Okay, let me put this on 1 hour first. I was not like, okay, beautiful, let's take a slam dunk now. I was waiting for this to just drop and give me 1 arrow. Let me close 80% as usual. What happened? It just pumped up. And this was a very serious occasion. Like I think it was a fundamental. I can't remember the exact news. It pumped up. I was like, yo, maybe I should just close this out, because this was an indication that it's not going to give me what I wanted. But boy, oh boy, I was really wrong. I closed the trade somewhere around here. Okay, because as I saw, this bullish candle was very strong. I mean it. The way it was coming up, it wasn't coming up. You know, when you're looking at how would I call it, on your MetaTrader, those when you, as if you want to activate a trade, that chart that shows you in, I've forgotten the name, just skip my mind right now. The is it peak chart or something? I forgot the tick chart. Thank you. The tick chart. Thank you for sending that. I saw your message. Thank you very much. The tick chart. All those. So instead of it to go like this, at least show some strangling, all it did was boom, boom, boom. I was like, nah, this is very serious. And I always like reading the behavior. So I was like, nah. The minute I close some portion here, I close another portion here. And what happened? It did not even break this high. It threatened, closed low, and kaboom. Oh, I was very, very upset. But what consoled me was that I took another sell position here, which, though I don't advise people to open double trades when one that was supposed to perform did not perform. Okay, I was not chasing it because I lost. I knew that the price was supposed to. So what I did was, you see where my previous trade was supposed to give me 1 arrow here? This was a place I was willing to do what? Close some portion of my position. Then, as you can see, this one would have to drop lower for it to give me 1 arrow. It will have to drop lower. So what I did was, where this my original trade was supposed to give me 1 arrow was where I closed 80%. Okay, was where I closed 80%. That means 20% will be left running. Okay, now my stop loss will still be here. Price did this, came down, went up. I activated another position here with my original stop loss still here. Price did not take it out. Then it kept what? Dipping. So this is why I don't touch my trades. Whenever I've done my analysis, my forecast, I just trust it, because boy, 7 years and plus is not 6 months or 7 months or 6 days. That means doing this over and over and over and over. I've always been shy sharing what I know, but I was like, well, not there. Let me teach. Let me let others know what some gurus will not tell them. And I'm giving it here free of charge for those who are watching this video right now. If you want to join my live stream, hit me up, let me know. Peace.